elders of HOI Detroit.
Shalom.
I'm Brother Gabriel with HOI Detroit.
And I'm Jeremiah from HOI Detroit. And the lesson for today is, should a woman teach, and a virtuous woman? So we're going to start it off with letting you know what the Bible says about it. So we're going to read 1 Corinthians 14 and 33.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14, verse 33.
Yes, sir.
For God is not the author of confusion, but of peace, as in all churches of the saints.
So there goes. We're showing you that the Bible and the Most High is not an author of confusion. There ain't gonna be no confusion of should a woman teach or not, or a virtuous woman. But we're gonna start off with the should a woman teach first. So could you read 1 Thessalonians 5 and 21?
This is the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5, verse 21. Prove
Read.
all things. Hold fast that which is good.
So if the definition of good, say for instance, if you trying to have a baby for 5 years and you never could have a baby for 5 years, and then all of a sudden you have a baby, you're pregnant, you're going to be like, that's a good thing. So we're here to show you the good things. And if you go to your mom's house and say for instance, your mom invites you over and she be like, come on over, I miss you. And you go over to your mom's house and she got your favorite food cooked, that's a good thing. So we're here to give you good things for Israel and the Gentiles, which is Israel, but they don't know they Israel. So we're gonna give it to you. So read 1 Corinthians 11, 8 and 9.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 11, verse 8. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man.
So we established that the woman is out of the man and was created for the man. So if you read in Genesis, what did the Most High do? He took a rib out of Adam while he was asleep, and he fashioned a woman. So in turn, the woman was created for the man. Now, could you read 1 Corinthians 14 and 34?
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14, verse 34. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak, but they are commanded to be under obedience, as also saith the law.
So it's not only that you're not supposed to speak, it's a law. You're not supposed to speak in churches. When the brother's out in the street, if you know you're not supposed to speak, you're not supposed to speak, you're supposed to listen. You got 2 eyes and 2 ears. You're supposed to see and listen. We're gonna get to the part where if you got a questions or something like that. But right now we getting on, should you speak? You should not speak. You should just listen. And if a sister walk up that's not that's knowingly not with a camp or just walking up the street and she Israel and a brother asks her a question, she can speak because she don't know. So we here to bring in sheep. So she must conversate with the brother that's speaking so he can bring her in. So you got to bring in the flock. So let's read 1 Timothy 11 and 14 to bring you more clear on that.
1 Timothy, which chapter?
Chapter 11, verse 14.
1 Timothy or 1 Corinthians?
1 Timothy. We're going to go back to Corinthians.
There is no chapter 11.
Oh, my bad. First Timothy's 2 and 11 through 14.
Okay, there you go.
That was written real small. Salakia.
No problem. This is the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection. But I suffer not a woman to teach, nor to usurp authority over the man. But
okay, wait a minute. Hold on. Salakia. So usurp. What do usurp mean? It means take position of power, or force, take position by force or infringe upon. A woman not supposed to do none of that. So if a brother is speaking, you're not supposed to run up and be like, you're wrong. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to show power over a man. Because like I said at the beginning, God made man and then he made woman. So man is first, and then woman, then the kids. And then whoever Christ is head of the man, and then head of Christ is the Most High. So you cannot override a man, because that's not the way it goes. God got a way of following the law, and following what he put down is perfect. So keep reading.
So, Laki, I also got a precept.
Okay.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. So that goes to show, like you just said, the order of things, right? At the very top being the Most High, and then secondly in command would be Christ, and then under Christ would be the man. And a lot of women got problems with submitting to the man, but it's like the man also has to submit. The man has to submit to Christ and the Most High, right? And then under the man, then you have the woman. And then your children should be submitting to the woman.
Right. So you got, and another thing, you got the woman should be teaching the kids. You got to teach the kids as if the man teaches the woman. So you got to teach those kids how to walk upright and walk in the law, statutes, and the commandments. So you have a job too, just like the man have a job to teach you and to bring in the flock, like Christ did. So, we also got our things to do too. It's just that it ain't all about the man is always in charge or whatever the woman will say. It's not all about that. It's about keeping the laws and keeping the statutes and doing what the Most High say. Everybody got rules. So you got another precept for me, or you done with the precept?
We can go back to what you had.
So now, if you read Ezekiel, I need you to read Ezekiel 34 and 31.
Ezekiel chapter 31.
34 and read 31.
Okay, so like it. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 31. And ye, my flock, the flock of my pasture, are men.
Are what?
Are men.
Are women?
Are men.
Our children?
Are men.
Read.
And I am your God, saith Yahweh.
So that let you know the flock of his pastors are men. They're not women. They're not children. They are men. Because when we out there on the streets preaching and somebody come up and want to shoot you or smack you, a woman shouldn't be put into that. I'm going to give you an example. I was watching, I think it was on Facebook or TikTok, one of the two. And it was some lesbians. And a couple of them was bull daggers. I'm going to call them what they want. They want to be called something else, but I'm going to call them bull daggers. They was bull daggers. And they was trying to steal from the gas station. So the Indian guys, you know, what do you call them? What do we call Indian people? What's their biblical name? It was on the top of my head.
The Indian people?
Yeah, with the dot on their forehead.
That's the Elamites.
Well, the Indian people, they got into a fight with the lesbians. So the bulldogger called herself trying to fight the Indian people, and the dude socked her in the jaw. And the first thing she said, she didn't say, "Oh my God, I'm a lesbian." She didn't say, "Oh my God, I'm a bulldogger." The first thing she said was, "Oh my God, I'm a woman." Now wait a minute. A minute ago, you wanted to be a man. You dress like a man. You cut your hair like a man. You put on your clothes like a man. But when you got that hit in that jaw made you turn into a female. Back to what you were supposed to be. The Most High made you. The Most High made you a female. You got hit in the jaw. Oh my God, you're going to hit a female? Now, ain't that the author of confusion? She confused.
Definitely
God,
confused.
Right. God not confused. They are confused. They don't know. When she got hit, she woke up and said, "I'm a female." Why are you hitting a female? You see what I'm saying? So
knock some sense into her.
Right, knock some sense into her. So you can't tell me that you was born gay, because they tried to look for a gay gene. They can't find one. You are what the Most High make you is. You are a woman. You was born a woman, you are a woman. You was born a man, you are a man. So we can't sit up there and let all this come between us. We are the teachers. The men are the teachers. Now, I'm not saying the Most High can't have mercy on who he want to have mercy on. He can have them. He can do what he want with it. You know, he could bring a female up if he want to, and he can bring them down low if he want to. It's the same thing like a man. He could bring us up and bring us down. But the pastor of the flock, of the Most High flock, are men. We out there preaching and teaching. So we can't have females out there getting injured. That's why they sit on the side. They don't say nothing when an altercation break out. They move. Now the Roman Catholic Church got these preachers, these female preachers, preaching in the church, and guess what? They got the gays coming in. They got all this folly. Because I've been to a church before, and it was a man preacher, and him and his wife, and there was a whole bunch of folly in there. They didn't have no organization. It was just a whole bunch of folly. And a sister got up and she wanted to confess she was a prostitute, and she went crazy. When I was looking at that lady like, it's kids in here. She was saying the foulest stuff on them. They let them say the foulest stuff. I know sometimes the brothers say a cuss word here and there, but that ain't nothing but harsh language. But this sister that was at that church, she was saying, if y'all was there, y'all would have walked out. That's how much she was saying she was a prostitute. And I was like, why is she saying that? Wouldn't she say that to the preacher in the back or something? You know? And she also said her husband was the pimp of her. And it just didn't make no sense. I was like, they letting this woman talk. Now, if I would have went up there, if I knew I was an Israelite back then, and if I went up there and started saying that we Israelites and we from the tribe of Judah, they would have grabbed the mic from me and threw me out. Because I seen brothers do that, go up in there in the church and try to tell them that they are Israelites, and they threw them out. They would have threw me out. But they let this foul woman with a foul mouth sit there and tell all what she did to mans to make money, which didn't make no sense to me in front of the kids. It was kids in the audience.
But that goes back to them just not having no type of shame. Look at the line of work she in. She was a prostitute. Ain't no shame in that. So of course she ain't gonna have no shame coming up in the church and spewing that stuff out her mouth. She not gonna regard if there's kids around.
You're right. So we need to read Revelations 21:3, chapter 21, verse 3.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 21, verse 3. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and God himself shall be with them and be their God.
So you can see the tabernacle of God is with man. When Aaron was the chief priest, it wasn't no woman on the side of him. It wasn't no female. Let me hold your staff, Aaron, or whatever. There's no females there. It was all men. His whole tribe was Levites. They all when one died, a Levite died, the next one that's it's time come up and preach. It was all men, no women. So let's read 1 Corinthians 14 and 30. Did we read 34 already?
Yes. 31 and 34 for Ezekiel.
No, 1 Corinthians, where it says, let your woman keep silence in the church. Yeah, we did read that. Yeah, read 35 for me. 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 35.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 14, verse 35. And if they will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home, for it is a shame for women to speak in the church.
So there you go. If you want to know anything, ask your husband at home. If you're not married, then you wait till it's over with to ask the elder, oh, can I ask you a question? He will answer you. But while he preaching, you're not supposed to disturb him if you know not to do that. If you're a sister, you know you're not supposed to do that. We talking to sisters. If you from the world and he trying to bring you into the flock, you can have a conversation. But as you sisters know that you're not supposed to talk and you're supposed to keep silent and listen and learn. So, you know, that goes back what you said on 1 Corinthians chapter 14 and 40. Let all things be done decently in order. That's what we're supposed to do. Let all things be done decently in order.
Come on.
So, brother, your mic is acting up.
Come on, you hear me?
Gabriel, your mic is going, it's too loud.
Okay, hold on. Is that better?
It's still acting up.
Okay, just
There
keep
it
going.
go. It's back. It's back. Now we're going to go to the virtuous woman, because I'm quite sure everybody understood that God is not the author of confusion. And if you want to ask the question, ask your husband. And if he don't know, he goes to the elder and asks the elder. And then the elder would tell him, if you don't have no husband, wait till the meeting is over with and ask. Or if the elder that's preaching say, all you got to, male and female, all you got to do is say Salakia, and I'll answer you. Or give a question or give an answer to what I'm saying, that's different. Other than that, you're not supposed to talk. So we're going to go move on to the virtuous woman. I need you to read Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10.
All right. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
So we are looking for a virtuous woman. A virtuous woman will have her hair in a wrap, her head covered. A virtuous woman would be modestly dressed. A virtuous woman wouldn't have her boobs out. A virtuous woman wouldn't be dropping it like it's hot. We are not supposed to be like the world. We're supposed to come out of the world. We supposed to be set differently, because we are the chosen of the Most High. So we act differently than what the world act like. The world is dropping it like it's hot. And the world want to be Carly B and Meg the Stallion. But y'all don't understand. Also, Meg the Stallion is a man. So your brothers looking at her and lusting over her, they don't understand that's a man. That's the way the world is. The world flip everything upside down. What's good is bad and what's bad is good. That's how the world works. That's how Satan got everything going. Esau got everything going like that. So let's read Deuteronomy 22 and 5.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
So back to the gay thing, man and female. You're not supposed to wear. A man is not supposed to wear what a woman wear, and a woman not supposed to wear what a man wear. And there was pants back in H.O.I time. It was pants. It was pants back in Moses' time. They wore pants. You just got to do your research. I'm not gonna do it for you, but you need to do your research. There was pants back in them days. So you're not supposed to wear pants. Okay, what's in front of the zipper? What's in front of your pants? A zipper. Okay, what do women use that for? They ain't got nothing to use that for. They got to pull down their pants to use the bathroom. We don't. So the pants were made for a man. And if you look at old pictures, go back, grandma times or your great grandma times when they was out in the, because I got pictures of my great great grandmother out in the field being a slave, and the little girls down to the baby girls, little girls down to the baby girls wore dresses. They was out in the field picking cotton in dresses. I ain't talking about no move something dress. I'm talking about dress with the fluff. It looked small up top and big on the outside. On the outside of the from the hips on down, it's poofed out. They in full blown dresses. So you got to keep that up. That's what the Most High want. That's a virtuous woman. Them all virtuous women out there picking cotton. They ain't out there and don't move something. So we got virtuous women in the Bible. We got Sarah. She obeyed Abraham by calling him Lord. So virtuous it got something to do with your dress, but it got something to do with your attitude too. Your attitude is, you don't know what you're talking about. That ain't a virtuous woman. You going the wrong way. That's not a virtuous woman. You don't never listen to what I say. That's not a virtuous woman. Because you chose that man. That man is there to lead you. You chose him. So if a man is going the wrong way, and you say, "Oh, it's to the left," and he go to the right, you shouldn't be upset. You should, hey, I'm a virtuous woman, and when he realized that he going the wrong way, he gonna ask me again, and I'm gonna say, "Back, you should have went to the left, like I said." And then he'll say, "Show me." He'll show love to you. You show love to him. That's a virtuous woman. A virtuous woman ain't worried about if you bringing a bag home. You got a bag for me. Everybody talking about a bag nowadays. That ain't no virtuous woman. A virtuous woman, if a man love you and got a place for you to stay, it might not be $1 million home. It might not be a $250,000 house. It might be a $50,000 house. But if he loved the Most High and showing that much love, because if he loved the Most High, he gonna love you. Then you should be a virtuous woman. And you can see Sarah obeyed Abraham by calling him Lord. Ain't when you used to say your vows, wasn't it obey in there? The world changed that. Where you could take obey out. And obey is not a bad thing. Everybody think obey is a bad thing. It's not. That means you love your husband. That means you want to do his will, long as he in compliance with the Most High. You got to help him. A woman is supposed to be a helpmate. So you're supposed to obey your husband. I know a lot of women don't like that, but I'm speaking the truth. Sarah obeyed Abraham. You know what I'm saying? If I work hard all day to make you lights on, you got roof over your head, and you didn't cook or you didn't wash up, set me some a tub out because I worked all day. Some of us brothers, we work. We don't be out there preaching all the time and preaching all the time and doing other things. We work. So when we come home, we tired. Gabe go out and he do street preaching. He come home, he tired. I don't know if you got a wife, Gabe.
Con.
Okay, when you come home, you want that meal cooked. You want that bath water ran. You tired. You got to go to work the next day.
Con, most definitely.
Yeah. So that's all to being a virtuous woman. And the more you be a virtuous to your man, the more your man appreciates you. And hey, you want that sister made some new dresses. You want them new dresses? I got some spare change. Get you them new dresses with the fringes on them. Oh, I just seen on Facebook where they got new purses with fringes on them. I got you that. See what I'm saying? So that's all in being a virtuous woman. And you just ain't gonna everything gonna happen overnight. Just don't think oh man, I would get with him, but he ain't got he only make 30,000 a year. He's a good man, but he make 30,000 a year. Then you get with a man that's making 90,000 a year. He treating you wrong. You got to go on a man that's trying to do right by the Most High, follow the statutes and the laws and the commandments. You pick who you. The guy might say, "I like you and I want to marry you," but it's up to you too. We kind of got away from, my son gonna marry your daughter and I'm gonna give you 1,000 sheep, and they don't even know each other. We kind of got away from that. We used to do that back in the day, but we kind of got away from that. So now you could say yay or nay. I marry you, or I don't want to marry you. So even if you can also go to the elder and say, you think that brother ready? You know what I'm saying? You can get counsel. So let's read 1 Peter chapter 3, 5 and 6.
This is the book of 1 Peter, chapter 5, verse 6.
Nope. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 5 and 6.
Verse 5 and 6. Okay. For after this manner, in the old time, the holy women also, who trusted in God, adorned themselves, being in subjection unto their own husbands. Even as Sarah.
Go ahead. Read.
Even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement.
So that goes to show you, even the holy women back in the day trusted in the Most High and obeyed their husband. Like I said, Sarah even called Abraham Lord. Can you see yourself calling your husband Lord? Or when he walk up to you, you bow your head a little bit and Lord, what do you want, Lord? Can you see yourself doing that? These are virtuous women. And if I got another scripture for you, 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1.
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. Likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives.
So you must be in subjection to your husband to be a virtuous woman. You can't be going out there just willy dillying, or like the world say, have a boo on the side and all that other stuff. You can't do all that because you would get destroyed. So we just saw a chance to bring this out, to our sisters and a little bit to our brothers, the brothers, to bring, the understanding. And we're going to end this with, we're going to read Proverbs chapter 31 and 10 one more time at the end right now. So could you read that for me?
Say that one more time. Which one? Which verse?
Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies.
There you go. So if you find you a virtuous woman that love the Most High and do the Most High will and follow the laws, statutes, and commandments, she more precious than rubies. So I'm asking y'all women, do y'all want to be more precious than rubies? Or you don't care? Because 2/3 of us got to go before we get to the kingdom. You want to be a virtuous woman so you can enter that kingdom. Okay?
Come on.
So you got any precepts with that, or?
I do got something I want to bring up, just to kind of piggyback on something else you said earlier.
Go ahead.
This is this is the book of Ecclesiasticus, right? Chapter 26, verse 23. Say calm when you got it.
God.
A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. So you gotta be quick. You gotta examine yourself, because if you gotta know if your husband is being wicked, right? If you got a husband that's constantly doing wicked stuff, then you need to examine yourself and make sure that you're not being wicked either. Right? Because a wicked woman is given to a wicked man. If you were a virtuous woman, right, then he would give you to a godly man. So always be mindful to examine yourself and don't just point the finger at other people. Check yourself and see if there's any areas that you can improve first. And that goes for men and women, right? Because likewise, if it's a wicked man, if you got a wicked man, then his wife is going to be wicked. So he needs to check himself and say, what am I doing that's wicked that's causing her to go off? Right? That's like David, right? When David went and committed adultery with Uriah the Hittite's wife, right? The Most High did what? He made his wife go sleep with his son. Now, granted, if David never went off like that, the Most High probably wouldn't have had her go off. But because David did something wicked, he made his women go off. So you got to be careful being a man too, because the Most High will give you a wicked woman if you're being wicked. And likewise, if you a wicked woman, you're going to be given to a wicked man. So that's all I wanted to bring out.
Yeah, as you can see, it's not. Even though we talking to women, men's can learn through what we said too. They can learn something too. So this just ain't just a woman talk. This is a both side talk, man and women. So we about to close out. I got one more scripture to read, and it's 2 Timothy 3, chapter 3, verse 16 and 17.
This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 16. All scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of God may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works.
So there you go again. All the scriptures is given by inspiration of God. So even though what we talked about, it's not us talking, we getting it from the Bible because we showing you precept after precept. So everybody needs to take heed, because this is how we're going to get in the kingdom. This is how your relationship going to be better. This is how marriage going to get along. This is how it's supposed to be. Like we said, that we are that the Most High don't make mistakes, and he do everything decently in order, so we can keep our faith and try to walk perfect like Christ did, and strive to put our brick for the kingdom and make it into the kingdom. And I'd like to thank everybody for listening to me today. This is HOI Detroit. I'm Jeremiah from Detroit, and that's Gabriel. Yes, kind. That's Brother Gabriel from Detroit, and that's the end of our lesson. So, you want to pray out, or you want to just end it?
Well, with that, just like the brother said, the end of the lesson here. So we once again just want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Most High Yahweh and Kwam Yasharala.
Kwam Yasharala.